I've got a lot to talk about, and we will get to everything momentarily. What do we think in the chat? Who watched the video today? The video no longer exists. So like I said, this random guy, this guy in the skate community tried to cancel me. We had an altercation, you could say, on Instagram DMs. He didn't like what I had to say. He thought it was appropriate to make a video. He made a video. Every single comment said, whoa, you are not looking good in this video. Then he deleted the video. I got a lot to say. It's like, you know, like I won, successfully defended my reputation. I don't know if you call that win. I want to be a gracious winner. I'm not trying to kick this dude while he's down. I'm not really trying to tear this dude down. Get a new mic. Bro, I mean, I'm traveling. I literally drove 5 hours today. Honestly, like this morning, I woke up this morning in LA, drove to Braille, work at Braille, watching this vid like while I'm working at Braille. All this was going on. Busy day for Rick. Are you going to watch the video? So I'm not going to watch the whole video, but I'm just going to talk more generally about how I feel over the whole situation. But I didn't really want to make the DMs public, but I don't know why he did. It's because mine were all so logical and chill. And his were also wild that it's like, it doesn't take that much thought to just be like, maybe this isn't the best idea. Like I said, no one's really tried to cancel me before because I try my best to be a good person, to like live a good life. There's no skeletons in my closet. Like the things I do, I try to mean. Like if I say something, I try to mean it. If I do something, if I make a video, I'm not going to delete it. If I feel something, I'm going to do it. You know, Ricky just trying to live life. Yeah, for real, dude. But honestly, it is kind of hard, especially when you're in like an influencery position. People just look at you and they kind of look at you like you're not a person. And they just say, oh, I'm going to like mess around and like try to take this guy down. Being too much drama recently. Yeah, honestly, that's why I'm glad this kind of diffused, because it's like people didn't like the Russia thing. People didn't like the Tim Pool thing. Honestly, my whole career, flawless up until this past few months. The thing is I'll own my like decisions. I went to Russia during the war to go skating in the comp. I personally don't think I did anything wrong, but if other people have different like morals on the subject, I 100% get it. And like if you disagree with me, or if your opinion of the world that is too negative for you to want to continue to watch me, 100%. Same thing as a Scientology. I'm not a Scientologist. I am not religious in any way. I'm not affiliated anything to do with Scientology. I would never promote Scientology to anyone. That's my official stance. My boss of my job, his religious beliefs are something different. If you can't accept that, that's fine. I'm not trying to hide it. He's not trying to hide it. It is what it is, you know? It just truly is what it is. You can't like be like, oh, gotcha, we figured out the dirt on you. It's like, bro, decide for yourself. The most recent one that I probably get the most hate for is the Tim Pool thing, right? This is my stance. I am a skateboarder. My motto is I like skate. I am never going to tell you who to vote for. I'm never going to tell you what laws should change in the country, what policies should be, what stuff we should do. That is not this content. This is skateboarding and my life. This is not political at all. Like, I have zero political affiliation. The reason that I wanted to meet up with this Tim Pool dude is because anytime there's someone that's skating that is like a famous person or like very popular, I want to learn more about them and learn about how they skate and what's their relationship to skating. I think that's kind of a noble cause, and nothing else matters. I'm not going to say, oh, you're a Christian, I will. You're a Muslim, I won't. I'm never going to do anything like that. To me, that seems kind of insane. I would never go to someone and say, oh, you're left, I will. You're right, I won't. I think that's a little bit, for me personally, it's skateboarding. I wouldn't do that. But the other way of that, I can understand what the people think is if they view one person so negatively, then it's across that line, and then they say, Ricky, it doesn't apply anymore because the person is so negative. And that was a lot of people's criticism with Tim Pool. I think if someone has strong political opinions, it's not the same as if they were a murderer or committing heinous crimes. I think someone murder or heinous crimes, yeah, I wouldn't meet with them. But someone that just has strong political views, I will meet with them and not talk about politics. I think that's reasonable. If I were to meet with them and talk about politics, judge me for everything you can. Like, that's fair. But I think not talking about politics, I think is different. But again, same as the Russia thing, I think that's separate. Tim Pool promotes murder. See, like, I don't see, like, that's like open to interpretation, you know. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but like what I said, if you feel a certain way, that's up to you. That's fine. All right, let's get into the Dan Webbs thing. I actually wrote some notes down because I really wanted to make this clean and good. And I wanted to inform you guys. Yeah, don't argue about politics in my comments either, guys. I've said my piece right now. They're the 3 things that you could try to cancel me for. I'm owning them. I am what I am. There's no secrets. That's like the most scandalous things I will ever do. I live a happy, healthy, normal life. Like, there's nothing to cancel me for. If I like ever assaulted someone or verbally abused someone or did something crazy, dude, hold me 100% accountable. Anyway, all right, let's get back to Dan Webbs. Okay, so yesterday, Dan Webbs and I have a little bit of a DM. He had been DMing me previously and getting mad in his videos that I wasn't responding to him. In his videos, he was also spreading rumors that were easily debunked. So there was one in particular that I really didn't care for, is that it was saying, what happened between Ricky and Chris McNugget? If you're a fan of me, you already know what happened. You know that there was a gap that I didn't want to talk about it because he owed me money and I was trying to get the money from him. Then you know that I started talking about it, but not clickbaiting the drama, because that's not the kind of person I am. I just wanted to get the information out there, and I told it a few different ways on live stream, in videos, and comments, and a bunch of times. And now the information is known. The reason Chris McNugget doesn't skate with Braille anymore, the reason he ghosted all his socials for his own reason, was because he betrayed my trust and he racked up a debt in my name. He eventually did pay the debt, but then he never apologized to Rick. Rick wasn't that hyped, never talked to him since. Everyone knows that now, I think, you know? I think that's common knowledge. But anyway, the Dan Webbs dude, in his video, he said, oh yeah, Chris McNugget, why he left Braille? I think there's a rumor that he slept with Janice. Yeah, there's a rumor on this Reddit thread. Oh yeah, it looks like he slept with Janice. I really didn't appreciate that, because on the Reddit thread that he was looking at, if you just scroll down, there was all comments saying, Ricky already talked about this. Ricky talked about this. Ricky said this and it was the debt. Ricky said this and it was that. So like, if you spent more than like 0.0 seconds that he was on there, you would have found the true answer. Or if you could have done some more research, seeing as you're making an investigative journalism video. So I didn't really appreciate that. Anyway, he said to me, I don't really need to go on the full back and forth of what he said. Man, there's like a lot to get to. Maybe I need to check my notes. How much do I got to preface before his community post? So that was the situation. Then he was making all those videos about Carlos. For the record, I wish any criminal that commits a crime, I wish they get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I wish any innocent person that is accused of a crime but innocent is proven innocent. I hope the judicial system works perfectly, and I wish the best for any victims or innocently accused people. But this Dan dude made a lot of videos about Carlos, a lot about the situation with Nigel, kind of exposing the alleged essay that went down or whatever. Dan's asking me all about this in the DMs. And I knew the type of guy Dan is, that if I didn't respond to him in his video about Carlos, he would have said something like, oh yeah, I tried to reach out to Ricky, but he didn't even say anything. And in hindsight, maybe I should have just took that on the chin, but I didn't really like that, because no one wants their name to be associated with essay, right? Or alleged essay. And then when it's me, you know what I was doing in this time period where this alleged stuff happened? I was in Australia. I was living in Australia, not working for Braille, nothing to do with Braille. So it's like, why are you talking to me about this? And then we had a little talk about it, and he's saying, like, his defense in his video, he was like, oh, they could have been friends, and they don't, just because there's no evidence of them making videos of Braille doesn't mean they couldn't have been friends. I lived in Australia, bro. How many friends do you have in Australia that's just random skate dudes? Like, I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that he was like really, really trying to push to like drag my name into the essay when I have nothing to do with it. The way that I think about this, terrible things happen in the world. There's terrible people in the world. And like, they're always going to do bad things. If you look at Baker, for example, like, I don't really like to reference people, but the dude that rode for Baker literally murdered someone. He murdered another skater and went to jail and was convicted. Like, that's fucked up. My heart goes out to the victim and the family of the victim. That's insane. Like, that's so awful. But like, is that Andrew Reynolds' fault? Is that Brian Herman's fault for riding for Baker? You know, like, it's just bad people are going to do bad shit. And it's like, you shouldn't go to Andrew Reynolds and go, oh, you're a murderer. Like, you're a murderer. Like, that's fucked up. Like, what do you think? Has nothing to do with it. So anyway, didn't appreciate the conversation we had in the messages. Then mostly I just left him on red after that, and he sent me a few more things. I left him on red. Then to provoke this whole thing, obviously he was the aggressor. He messages me and goes, "I'm gonna make a video on the Chris situation. Do you have?" I don't want to I don't want to paraphrase him too much, but I also don't want to misquote him either. But it's like I said, I don't want to be too nitty gritty with all this stuff. Yeah, okay, so I don't really want to misquote him, and I don't think we should air out 100% of the messages like what he did in the video. I wish you guys did see the video, and I'm not going to rewatch the whole video, but I just want to give you a little bit of the context. Anyway, he basically says, I'm making a video about Chris McNugget and your situation. Do you want to comment on it? He doesn't say, hey, I'm thinking about making it. Would it be okay if I make it? What are your thoughts on this? He doesn't say anything like that. He says, I'm making it. Do you have a comment? Yes or no? And then he said, if you don't fuck with me, just tell me and I won't message you anymore. He said something to the effect of that. So the way I interpreted that is if I don't respond to him, he'll make the video anyway. And like I said, last time he talked about this situation, he literally said, oh yeah, it looks like Ricky's girlfriend is having sex with Chris McNugget. One, that is definitely not true. For the record, that isn't true. That's a false rumor from the Reddit thread. But perpetuating the thread when it's so easily to just see that isn't true is, to me, that's a decision that you're making. It's not just innocently, oh, I was just reading the thread. It's you'd made a decision that you wanted to make the harshest thing in the video as possible. That's why you did that. That's my interpretation of it. Maybe other people could interpret it differently. But anyway, I didn't like that he said this. The thing with Chris McNugget has been spoken on. And I sent him this long message. I said, I wish you don't make this video. I hope you show me some basic respect. Don't make my video. And then I sent him a long message talking about him. In his other video, he's saying, he offered me a collab and then left me on red. What a weirdo. Basically was kind of telling him why I started to lose respect for him. And my main thing is, if you look at his channel, he made a video I guess I'll show you. Because I don't even want to touch this collar stuff, right? So I'm not even going to mention that. If you look at his channel, he made these videos. Oh yeah, sorry, this is the first one. What actually happened to Fetty Potter from Braille? 32k views, much more than any of his other videos. 1k, 2k, 1k. Okay, that one did good. 16, 2k, 2k, 6k. Also, well, 2k, 2k, 2k. Did really good, right? Putting someone in jail and then reacting to this extremely insane video about this situation. This is a very real situation and very fucked up situation, I'll say. But at the same time, this was 5 years ago and it's been well covered, well resolved, and it's 100% done and dusted, There's no reason to just come out of nowhere and to just make this now, and just the same as the Niger thing. It's done and dusted. It's been so long since this is relevant in any way. I think there's no point for you to make these videos unless it's just for you to try to drum up drama and get attention to your channel. So we didn't even need to talk about the other ones. I just used those as an example. And I said to him that in the messages. Then I basically explained the thing with talking about my girlfriend. There's a little bit of reaction content discussion in here as well, but honestly, I don't really care about that much at all. But he reacted to one of my videos where I was reacting to a compilation that I made personally, and I offered all this insight and I made it. It's not a compilation that exists on the internet. I went and gathered all the clips, made it, and then my face was in the corner of the video. And it's he would have just reacted to the compilation if it existed, but it didn't exist because I made it. And then he reacted to that video in its entirety, and the video is so funny. I have it saved if you ever want to watch it. But it was this video, right? This Leon one. Crushed it. Good thumbnail, really good idea. You can see the video is me in the corner talking over all the clips, and I arranged all the different times people skated, all the different devices people skated. I told the story of everything that happened each time. But it was so funny on his channel that it's me reacting, cuts to my face, then it cuts to my insight, then cuts to him, and he's like, oh, wow, cool. Then cuts back to my video, cuts to him, oh, wow, Ricky said a good thing. I'm not here to hate on reaction content, or I'm not here to tell the ethical lines of what reaction content, that video was cool, thank you, what is right or wrong in reaction content. And I didn't even ask him to take the video down. I didn't even care. He could leave it up. But I just mentioned to yeah, I didn't really respect that you did that. I thought that was a little bit reaching. Okay, what else? Yeah, and basically I just told him how I feel. And I told him I don't want anything to do with him. I think you shouldn't make the Chris McNugget video. I think it has nothing to do with you. If I'm the one that's already made videos about it because I'm the person directly involved, I don't see why you should be making videos about it, especially asking me for my comment on my personal own situation so you can make a video to profit off it. To me, that's extremely weak and pointless and like no point. I sent him this long thing saying that very politely. I don't want to say politely, but I'll say formally, like very formally, no personal attacks, just like outlining, this is why I don't respect you because of this, and this happened, and this. I kind of wish I could just react to his video if I'm going to get in this much detail, but I won't do that. But anyway, he really didn't like that, and he got very mad, and he messaged me like 20 times, like, oh my god, blah, 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 and this, and this, and this. And then I calmly said, like, I don't want to go back and forth with you. I'm not going to message you, but please try to think calmly and objectively. You said, if you have a problem, please tell me. I told you, and now you're going crazy saying you're going to make a video about me. Then that was pretty much where he left it. He went a few more times, blah, 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 blah. I said, like, please reread what I said. I would advise you not to make a video. I also said, do what you got to do, bro, but don't commit defamation against me. And he kind of ran with that narrative, was like, he's threatening to sue me to keep me quiet. Oh my god. And like, power to him. I guess that's like kind of like the worst thing you could try to insinuate on me, because all I really did was say negative things to you privately, that I don't respect you, and like addressed things that I dislike what you were doing. So like, you can't really say, he said he disliked me privately. Like, that's not really a good narrative. So you say, he's trying to keep me quiet. So he made this community post. Like I said, guys, this is already over and resolved, and I wish I could just watch his whole video and show you my message, because my message was so beautifully crafted, honestly. It was so calm, so collected, so nice. The people that have seen the video know what I'm talking about. So the way that I can show you his community post was from Brian Arnett, finding it last night. It was very interesting. He's like, yo, Ricky, what the hell is this? Okay, so here it is. So he also posted with him doing a random like stink bug indie grab over a hip. I have no idea why he did that. Like, wouldn't it have been better to post a picture of my face or something? Like, I don't really understand why it's you doing an indie grab. But nevertheless, the post got a lot of likes and comments. It said, so Ricky Glaser today sent me a huge essay in my Insta DMs accusing me of all sorts of stuff after I showed him the hypocrisy, literally doing nothing, then accusing me of worse. He addressed and said it quickly backed up. He then threatened to sue me. Saying don't commit discrimination against me is not the same as threatening to sue you, just for the record, if I make a video about it. Needless, and I did say, do what you gotta do, bro. Make the vid if you want. Needless to say, this is what these cowards tried to do, whatever they've blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry for the internet's sake of these self-pathetic weirdos. Okay, cool. See you tomorrow. And this, I think Brian showed some of the comments. This is my comment. Homie, if you have a problem with me, please tell me privately and I won't bother in the future. Ricky, these are the reasons I don't want anything to do with you. Homie, oh my god, I'm going to make the video. Let's get him. The comments here were very interesting. Lots of discussion going on. Okay, now, why did I say to him, don't commit defamation? That's a good question, and I had a very, very, very specific reason that I did this. There was only one reason. Because I know how much he loves this Carlos situation. And look, I don't want to try to minimize this Carlos situation. This is a very serious situation. I acknowledged in my DMs, I said, like, I didn't like that you tried to implicate me in this very serious alleged situation. It is very serious and it deserves the proper amount of respect. But he does like to make videos about this. And I was concerned that his hit piece, if it says Ricky Glaser beef, I'm fine. Whatever. Ricky Glaser this, Ricky Glaser that, skateboarding this, skateboarding that. Perfect. Like, great beef. But I was really scared that the P word was going to be there. I thought he was going to say, like, if you were trying to think of the worst possible thing to say, I think it would be this. Ricky Glaser, P word, sympathizer. Or like, Ricky Glaser defends, P word. Or like something like this. And that, even if people click the video and there's no substance to the video, because there was never going to be substance to the video because this is a whole non-starter from anyway. If he did that, that would legitimately hurt me. Anyone Googles my name, it comes up Ricky Glaser, P word, sympathizer, Ricky Glaser, P word, whatever. I did not want that. Like, I legitimately do not want that. Like, it's kind of fucked that someone can just do that. And that's where, like, I would never want to sue anyone. But if someone did that to me, like, I would genuinely really want them to do that. Did I see Dan's apologies post? Yes, I'm getting to that. So that's the only reason I said don't commit defamation, because I thought, if he's got that in his mind, he's probably less likely to clickbait it to 1,000,000,000%, because that's super disingenuous, right? But I feel like if someone was trying to get the max craziness, they might do that, and I was a little bit worried about that. It's funny, like I said, I woke up in LA and drove to SF. What was the title of the video he deleted? It was called My Beef with Ricky Glaser. Then when he started to get negative hate, he changed it to My Vegan Beef with Ricky Glaser because a commenter said that because they're saying like, this is pathetic. Anyway, when I was driving here this morning, I drove 5 hours, woke up at 5 a.m., drove 5 hours to SF to work at Braille. I got here like 10:30. Shout out to me. I was aiming for 11. I didn't even play a podcast while I was driving. I was just thinking, I was like, all right, if he does this, I'm going to do this. If he does this, I'm going to do this. All right, this is the narrative that I'm, like, not narrative, but this is the way I'm going to structure the start of the video. This is how I'm going to do it, blah, 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 blah. My mind was spinning. I was ready. I was ready for war, bro. I was seriously ready for war. I was like, if P word is in there, it is on. Like, there's no holding back. Like, if you're willing to hit the P word, like, let's fucking go. Like, I was so ready. But Ricky Glaser beef, it's light. It's okay. It's light. No worries. It's just skate bullshit. That's fine. But if he was going to throw the P word, I was so fucking ready. I was so ready. It was about to be on. But good decision that he didn't. Because I don't want that smoke. Like what I said, I've had a little bit too much negativity recently. I definitely don't want that smoke. Okay, so then in the timeline, he posted that community post. Then it was time for him to post the video. So let me show you the thumbnail of the video. This was the thumbnail. Honestly, pretty mellow. I can't remember what this was from. It was probably like I know it's a Braille vid, but it was like Ricky Glaser rages over this trick or something. It's kind of funny. It almost looks too close to a real Braille thumbnail. I might have made it look a little different. I might have made it look more like red or something. I don't know. Anyway, but the video was titled My Beef with Ricky Glaser. Beautiful title, perfect. I'm going to play the first 40 seconds of the video. And you guys can see how we feel, okay? So remember, I'm thinking P word is coming. And then I see he posted the video. Okay, great. The title wasn't that bad. Let's see what the video is. I'm only going to play the first 40 seconds. So Dan, don't have to worry. Like, I'm not going to play the whole video. Like, it's okay. Everything's okay. Like, it's all good. It's going to be in the past. This is the only time I'm ever going to talk about it. And we're never going to talk about it again, okay? I watched the first 40 seconds. Let's see.
Right, boys, so here we are with the video. I considered not even making this, but I think we've gone too far now after that post I made last night, which admittedly was a bit emotionally charged. I've now still got to make this video because I feel like there's some lessons to be learned on both sides of things. Some mistakes from me, some mistakes from Ricky himself. And I think just putting this whole thing out there, as we are both creators in the space, can help a lot of people learn how to deal with a situation like that. Because don't get me wrong, no one's perfect here. I've made some mistakes. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing this conversation, but still. It's been put out into the universe now, so we're going to deal with this with a fresh mind, and we're going to go into it objectively, and it's not going to be a complete like hit piece on Ricky or...
It's over. It's already over. Like, it's already done. You know what I mean? I already won. Like when I seen that, I was like, oh, hell, this is... Like, I was worried because, you know, the internet is a crazy place. Where did I see this? Yeah, I downloaded it and saved it. I also saved all the comments on the video too. Like, because I knew he was a flight risk. I knew he was very likely to delete it. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I went, whoo! I had a lot of faith in my conversation. I said in the messages, if you include this in the video, please include this message in its entirety, so not taken out of context. And that is what he did, to be fair. To be fair to him, his video was 100% just reading the DMs and offering his insight. You know, some of the things he said, I didn't necessarily fully agree with. He got into this little bickering match about reactionary content, and like, I could argue harder against what he actually said in the video, but like, I don't really care enough to do that. And like I said, I already won. It's already over. Like, I don't need to nitpick all this stuff. But yeah, he pretty much just read the video. He did throw in a little bit, oh, I've had some allegations that he's transphobic in there. Just, why not? You know, just like chuck the T word in, like, I don't know, can't hurt, I guess. But then he didn't back it up. But one thing that I thought was really disingenuous, and I didn't get a screenshot of this, is he posted something in the pinned comment, and instead of saying like, hope you guys can learn from this, have a good one, or whatever, he just said like, I've had multiple sources come forward to me with allegations of Ricky Glaser, and if you have any more, please don't hesitate to send them to me on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like setting up that if this was a successful video, he was going to make more videos on the future scandals against me. So that was like a little bit of the tone of him in the comments, which I thought was really weird because in the video he was kind of like frustrated almost. Like, see how when he said he's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't really do this video with a fresh mind. Like, maybe it's not such a good idea, but whatever, I'm kind of in too deep. I also should note that he deleted that community post as he posted that video. So to me, that's already like a red flag. It's like, if you stand for something, you post it, you keep it up. That's my motto for the most part, is like, if you do something in the creative space, you should be proud of it and you should keep it up. Even if I do a brand deal, if I do something, a lot of creators cancel the brand deal after the time. But it's like, no, I did this. I put out this content. I'm not going to hide it. Like, I want it to be there forever. Like, for the most part, like, that's what I always do. But he deleted the community post. It was only this vid. And then the comments on the vid start to come in. So anyway, the video sucks. It's poorly made. In some of my messages, I say, like, no one wants this sensationalized beef. Making a video about this is weak and lame. And like, to see him have to read that out, I gotta admit that was like, I was laughing. I was very much laughing. And seeing him read out his kind of like erratic messages, where I told you, if you go to my Instagram and I have the timestamps of all of them, it's like 10:07, 10:09, 10:12, like blah, 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 blah. Like, it's kind of, and to see him reread them out in the like calm of the video, it was definitely amusing. But anyway, the comments of the video start to come in and they say, Dan, probably shouldn't have done this. You probably shouldn't have made this video. I'm a fan of both of you, but you look really, really bad here. You look really petty, blah, blah, blah. Basically, the sentiment of 99, I want to say 99% of the comments was like, yeah, Dan, like, I don't know about this, bro. There's still time to, some of them saying, there's still time to delete this video. I have some of the comments, like I said, is like, I'm not trying to get too nitty gritty, but I'm just trying to give you the general gist of what happened, right? So I guess, all right, let's see. I screen recorded some of the comments just before this was deleted. So this is kind of like at its peak time. Also note, the video didn't even do that good, I don't think, for his hit pieces. And it was 28 minutes of coming at me. But yeah, so like, I said he had the pinned comment of the, give me the T against Ricky Glaser. He, after a while, changed that to this one. See how it's 51 minutes ago? So the video had already been live for like 3 or 4 hours, but now this is 51 minutes ago. You guys seen your comments, some good and some bad. Like I said, I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong. That's nice, I guess. This video is a bit petty, to be honest, regardless of the outcome. I'm here to learn off the drama. It's nice to see a little bit of reflection, I guess. But yeah, like, let me just try to get some of the most upvoted ones. You and Ricky should skate it out. Yeah, a lot of the comments are like, bro, we don't care about this. Like, we just want skating. A lot of the comments were of that sentiment too. Yeah, okay, here's a good one. 30 up. I think you're in the wrong here, man. Very respectful. I can tell that the man doesn't want to be a part of most drama. Dude's in his 30s and wants to skate, in my opinion. He doesn't even sound like he enjoys skating with Braille anymore. And let's be honest, you were kind of the catalyst of this start because he wasn't responding to you. You said it would be better if you left on red when it's obvious that in most of the comments he did leave you on red. Seems pointless controversy overall. I like you, man, but I'm Ricky's side for this one. Again, this is my respectful opinion. Yeah, so like, I don't think I need to read all of them, but that was the general sentiment, was like, bro, this is so petty. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you provoked all of this by kind of like harassing Ricky, like forcing him to ask questions about essay, forcing him to try to be implicated in this. It's like, all he did was privately tell you this negative stuff against you, and then you kind of just went nuts with it. Perfect. Yeah, honestly, the comments were really banging and really nice to see the support. Like, what I didn't like about his community post is some of the people go, oh no, not Ricky, I can't believe it. It's like, bro, at least hear him out. Like, at least hear him out and then decide. Don't just say, oh my God, like, it's instantly over. So, I don't know. I do appreciate the people for recognizing real. And this is one thing that I wanted to share too, is I went on my live stream yesterday. Do you remember what I said on my live stream yesterday, guys? I have the quote. I have the clip ready right here. Look what I said yesterday. I don't know if you've ever had an argument in your life, but sometimes you have a situation where one party is a bit wrong and the other party is a bit wrong, and it's kind of this match of like, who is more wrong? I'll tell you, this situation is absolutely not like that. I have never been more calm, collected, that I am 100% in the right and he is 100% in the wrong. So we'll see what he even says, because in his video that he's going to make, it's going to make him look extremely bad if he presents the information in any kind of like reasonable-ish way. So I guess we will see what happens. I assume he's probably going to watch this before he makes the vid, but who knows? Maybe he already made the vid. So yeah, look at that. Rick hit it on the head. Honestly, like, I really thought he might just not make the video. Or I thought he would barely read the DMs and really try to attack the Russia and attack the Timpool collab. Because I think that would have been a better angle, because then you can try to make me look bad. Like, if I was him and my goal in life was to try to make me look as bad as possible, and you have zero ethics, put the P in the title, attack Russia, attack Tim Pool, try to attack my character in any kind of way, and then just loosely pick a few words from the text. But he was, I will say, he was honorable to show all the text, and then people let the people decide for themselves. I was happy with that. That's great. Okay, so that's pretty much the extent of the drama. Then he deleted the video, right? Ricky humbly bragging whole time is a vibe. But dude, I'm proud, and like, honestly, I think I handled this situation good. One of the most hilarious things of this whole situation is one of the comments that he asked that I left him on read that he was mad about was, how do you deal with YouTube hate comments? And now he's got the tutorial. When someone makes a hate video against you, this is exactly what you do. This is how you do it. When someone comes at you, this is how you handle it. Stay calm. I'm proud of myself because, Tony, I appreciate you being here, by the way. You got to understand is like, I didn't want this. Like, I was ignoring him, trying my best to have him away from me, nothing to do with me. And he came at me. It's like he tried to mug me, you know? He tried to mug me, drag me into this fight and force me. I'm so glad that I don't have to make a main channel video. Like, I don't want to mention this dude that I don't respect. And like, you know, inadvertently people like drama and they would have watched the video a lot, but then they'll still go to his page. Like, I don't even want that. I don't even want to say his name, dude. Why should I have to defend myself? It's like, he really came at me, and like, I view that as very aggressive thing. You know, I used to study Krav Maga in Australia, and it's like, if someone is aggressive to you, you neutralize the threat. And like, I think I'm a seasoned creator. Like, I've had enough beefs in my life, and I've had a lot of experience in my life dealing with kind of like these kind of situations. And I think I have learned a lot, and I'm proud of how I handled my situation. I think it was like a good like test for me, you know? It's like, I think pretty much like I wouldn't really change any. In my video, I was gonna say like, what could I have done better? Like, which phase could I have done better? And it's like, yeah, I could have maybe not responded to him at all. But then it's like, I was getting comments on my videos of like, oh, I heard Janice slept with Chris. And it's like, maybe I could just ignore that. But it's like, if I'm gonna go live and people are gonna say, oh, I heard Janice slept with Chris, should I just say no? It's like, I do feel like it's valid at a point to just like slap the dude and say like, stop doing this. Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? I feel like it can get to a point where you go, hey, stop. So now I guess we can go to the final thing, which is what he did after he deleted the video. This is what he says. Okay, so after having Holly, I guess this is his girlfriend. Yeah, look, it's you. Everyone has a girlfriend. Everyone has a mother, bro. Like, maybe you shouldn't go after them. Okay, so having Holly review the video and getting her objective opinion, we have come to the conclusion that me covering the beef with Ricky is a waste of time and takes away from the more hard-hitting stuff we cover on this channel. Doesn't even really benefit anyone, and to be honest, in retrospect, I agree with a lot of the comments. I'm sorry to have wasted your time with this petty video. Okay, apologizing to his audience. And despite my dislike or disagreement with others, some things just don't need to be publicized in this way. I will take the L on board with this one and move on to more positive content going forward. I will also save my courage for things that's really worth everyone's time and can actually benefit from the world scene. I'm not going to shy away from my mistakes and clearly would never just push things under the rug and hope of people forgetting. As hard as to admit I am wrong on this one, appreciate who called me out as well as the community for helping me be a better person. I'll be back. So, I have a few things to say about this. One, if someone in life is trying to better themselves, pretty much regardless of the situation, you need to show respect to that. So if he is truly trying to live and learn from his mistakes, that is an honorable thing, and I can commend that. I think everyone makes mistakes, for sure. No one should just be done and dusted after one mistake. I have mercy and I have sympathy 100%. Also, I do notice in that he doesn't say, I'm sorry, Ricky, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. He doesn't really say that. He kind of just says, hey, audience, sorry that you didn't like the video that I made. That's my sentiment that he says. He doesn't say, shouldn't have attacked this guy. He says, hey, audience, I'm sorry that it went this way. And my kind of thoughts on that is that if this video popped off, if this video reached toxic people that sided with him somehow, I guess it could have, you know, possible. If it reached people that sided with him and all the comments were positive, saying, yeah, fuck Ricky, fuck this guy, blah, 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 cancel him, oh my God, all this stuff. If the comments were saying that and the video was crushing, he would have never issued this apology. He would have never come to this realization. So the only reason that he is like remorseful is because his opinion was negatively received. I feel like he didn't actually introspectively himself review the situation. He just saw like, damn, I'm getting hate for this. I probably should say something for damage control. So like, I kind of think that is like sort of why I don't really respect it. I would have liked, personally, I would have liked an apology. Hey, remember Chris McNug? I tell you what's funny is like this whole thing is about Chris McNug, basically, like kind of. It was about the drama with Chris McNug. In the situation with Chris McNug, again, I look like a fucking saint. I'm the victim. I was wronged, and I basically did all the situation right with Chris McNug, and I didn't even go out there and make a not slander, didn't even make a hit piece against Chris McNug and say, he fucked me over, blah, blah, blah. I never really did that. I just tried to get the information out there, like, subtly so people know, you know what I mean? So, like, me telling this Dan dude not to make the vid about Chris McNug, it's kind of funny because probably in the video, I wouldn't have even looked that bad. Like, I didn't like how he's spreading the thing about Janice. So who knows what would really happen. But I mean, like, it wasn't like I had a scandal that I didn't want to expose. It was me just being like, I'm sick of this dude. Like, get this guy out of here. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh no, I've got to cover up my scandal with Chris McNug because if he left. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is kind of like an interesting factor too. I'm not trying to sit on the high horse and like punch down or whatever, you know what I mean? But like I say, someone comes at you, you fucking defend yourself and you don't feel bad about it. Like, I'm not going to post on my main channel. I'll post this on the fucking side channel. I'll just edit this vlog, like not even edit that good. I'll just put pretty much the VOD. But it's like, if someone comes at you, fucking defend yourself. And it's like, if you wrong someone, so like what he's saying in this thing is like, what it was wrong to make the video, but he's more saying it was wrong to make the video because it was received badly. It's not saying it was wrong to make the video because it was wrong against Ricky. So like, I wouldn't mind a fucking private apology or even a public apology in that thing, or even just an offhandedly comment say like, I'm sorry to Ricky. So I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, it wouldn't really make a difference if he. I guess if he apologized, it would increase my like view of him slightly probably. But I didn't really like that community post. I didn't like how he deleted the other one. But I mean, at the end of the day, would I rather the vid doesn't exist? I guess, yeah, probably. Like, I don't need random expose nonsense. I think, yeah. But like I said, typically don't like to delete stuff. Anyway, guys, I think that is pretty much everything. I think I've covered everything.